Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and this is 3T's Mobile Automotive Repair. Today is Tuesday. I don't know the date. I think it's the 15th of April. But I got something for you. I want you to take a listen.
Welcome back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to the exciting episode of the Jaded Mechanic Podcast. You guys that have been following me have known for a while that I can be humble, but I can be, a bit proud of myself at times, and I'll speak that out. And a couple weeks ago, I'm sitting on my lazy boy watching YouTube like I always do, and somebody that I follow on YouTube and social media, TikTok, just happened to say to the camera, or anybody here listen to podcasts? And I, of course, like, my ears perk up because, like, sure, yeah, I'm in the podcast realm. And then he mentioned this podcast, and I kind of had not a fanboy moment, but I mean, I felt like there was a next level of achievement in what I'm trying to do here, is because for somebody that I have a lot of respect for, to recognize what we're doing here, this channel, felt like we got to a next step. So enough about that. I'm sitting here with Ben from 3T's Automotive. Ben, how are you today?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Oh, no.
All right, so that is the Jaded Mechanic Podcast. So if you don't know who he is, I'll link it down below. But a few weeks back, I got to be asked to have a conversation on the show. And like he said, he, was real humbled by it. So was I. Just to be able to be working as hard as I work to bring what we do to the table for this industry and get recognized by someone like this, it means everything to me. I mean, it's so cool to be able to be a bigger, intricate part of the automotive industry than just a guy in my town that owns a company. This podcast has opened the doors for me in social media in ways I never expected. So if you don't know who the podcast is, it's down at the link below. It's called The Jaded Mechanic. Go listen to the episode with me, 3T's Mobile Automotive Repair, having a good conversation with Jeff Compton. So go check that out. But outside of that, today is another day. It is a big day for us. We actually have 10 jobs on the list today, which is a little bit on the psycho side. But I had to get these people in because they were neighbors. So this week it kind of fell that way. I wasn't going to put someone off if I was going to be on the same street. That's kind of stupid. It's a waste of time and money and energy. So, yesterday's ride along, I have the footage, but I put up our first mini series. So go check that out. That part of the mini series is how we get the phone to ring. What we did in the beginning and still do to this day in order to advertise our business on Facebook and through the auto parts stores and on Google. And all of it that we do is free, and just how we actually do all that stuff. So go check that out if you haven't already. I'll try to put a card right here up top if I remember. Outside of that, I'm gonna go listen to this podcast, and we're gonna head to our first job, which is, I believe, an AC check. Okay, there we go. That's what I thought. The inside of the vehicle. I'm putting this on the drain tube right now. Yeah, the drain tube's going nuts. Let's see if we can catch it at the door and kind of show you. Yeah, there you go. So the whole point of that there, just to give you a little insight, is we close all the windows, we let it sit for a minute with the little bit of refrigerant we put in the system with the nitrogen to force the leak. Because why? A low side line running is 30 psi. static pressure is temperature outside. It's cold this morning. Static could be 60 or 70 psi. Sometimes that's not enough to throw a leak. So high side, when it's running, yeah, if you got 250 psi, you could find that. So the nitrogen, we put 250, 300 psi throughout the entire system. So on the low side evaporator, when there's a leak, we force the leak. By closing the windows, sometimes we'll get a hit by just putting this in the door, but this time we did not. So what I do is I put the fan on low and put it onto the vent or the floor and put the sniffer up to it and turn the key on. Once you turn that key on, if there's refrigerant in there, it comes out the vent with the air and makes this go off. So I got lucky here with my nitrogen tank, but this needs an evaporator. You know, it's very odd when I give a customer a price and they don't even look at it. They're just like, okay, when are you going to order the parts? Like, what? No. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, you don't want to argue back and forth? Like, what happened to people arguing with me on price? I love it. I love that they don't. Anyway, so he's good with that evaporator, I believe. He's got to look at the estimate and sign for it. I don't do any jobs unless the customer signs for the approval on the job. So I am running way behind schedule, and of course I got freaking way too many on the list today, but I got two we're going to right now, which are at the same exact house. They're AC checks. One is the Dodge I just put up. I told them the AC and all that stuff was wrong, so now they want me back for an AC check. The daughter's car, about a year and a half ago, we looked at the car. It had an AC leak and a bad compressor. So there was no refrigerant and the compressor was dead, but the compressor didn't work. So they chose to only do the compressor at that time and do the leak check later. So we did that, filled it up, put dye in it. So we're going to go look at it with the dye, look at the other truck that's there, see if we can figure those out, and then get the hell on with the rest of our schedule because I got too much to do. And now that I'm thinking about it, because there's two at that house, that makes it 11 today, not 10. Holy crap. Whoosh. Well, I can hear this thing pulling a vacuum, so that means it was empty. Well, we'll let that attempt to pull that real quick. But that tells me that that truck definitely didn't have any refrigerant in it. But I want to go look at something real quick because I feel like I remember now that vehicle. So if I'm correct here, I don't know if there's going to be any notes on it, but I remember that line being like that and the compressor being covered. Because we had a compressor that was 100% failed at the time, we were hoping that it was the compressor that was causing the oil all over the line itself. It's obviously not. It's the discharge line. I didn't want to sell both because I'm not in the game of selling shit the car doesn't need. We knew it needed a compressor because it didn't work at all. Okay, I can't really show it to you because I can't get a good angle on it, but at the bottom of the compressor, kind of like where maybe like the front seal would be leaking down, that's where it's coming from. All right, so those 2 AC jobs are done. I sent the estimates. I sent the invoice. All that will be at a later time. I don't know, but the one is the discharge hose. One is the compressor. I'm at my next job. This is a Buick Rendezvous. Woo! Old school, or Pontiac. What is that thing? It's a Buick. Yeah, Buick Rendezvous. Pontiac vibe. That's what looks like that. All right. I'm laying on the ground because why wouldn't I just kind of lay here every once in a while? Just kind of staring up at the clouds. Just working. Yeah, check it out. This is what I'm looking at. It's going to rain sometime or another. Okay, let's get back to work. So, this Rendezvous's got a power steering leak. And I just started it, and it looks like it's fucking leaking all over the place here. But look at this wire. It's wrapped around the hose. Or the line. Definitely someone's been in here touching stuff. So I'm gonna quickly go start it back up. Yeah. Looks like it's just the rack. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's just the rack that's leaking. Because typically if the line was leaking because it's under such high pressure, you'd have it, pissing out. And from where this thing's parked, our consistent leak on the ground there is pretty inducive of where that leak is on that rack itself. So our next thing we are on to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to this job now because the guy texted earlier and he said that now he has a meeting between 10 and 12. That's literally the 2-hour time block I said I was coming. So I don't understand why people are agreeing to get on my list this week when they know that I'm coming in a certain time frame and they have something to do. So if you watched my video I put out the other day, whenever this video goes out, I don't know. So I don't know when the other one had gone out, but in today's time, it went out yesterday. It was how I do my schedule or how I gain customers. I'm sorry. So if we go to that, and recently when I have told you guys that I don't do 5 days anymore, I'm only a 4-day week. And back last year, I was doing 40 cars a week, if not more. And a lot of times I was getting more instances like this instance where people forget and they have to reschedule. I was getting a lot of that. Now, obviously, I got a lot of that because I was having a lot of customers. But I also feel by going down to 4 days and not overbooking myself, I had less problem with that because I was more selective on the customer. So like yesterday and today, where I overbooked myself because I allowed myself to be dumb again, I've had that problem come back. And I only overbooked myself because of my son's wedding, and I really needed to play a little catch up with certain customers. But the ones I allowed to jump into the schedule and overbook myself have literally screwed me. And it just goes to show you that you should stick with your procedure. You should stick with your policy. So this is just one of those, another learning experience that you guys get to see kind of firsthand that, hey, don't overbook yourself. Take your 5 or 6 jobs, make your good money, move on, and take it as it is. You will make the money. Choose the good customers. Don't worry about the ones that are like, oh man, I got to get in now. I got to get it looked at. All right, let's look at it. And then those are the ones that screw you over because they find someone else, which is not what happened today. Today, for whatever reason, they're like, oh, I have an appointment. And yesterday, same thing. I have a doctor's appointment. That guy yesterday never got back to me until 4 o'clock. And then his message to me at 4 o'clock was, hey, are you going to make it today? No. Why the hell would I make it today? You never texted me telling me you were back home from the doctor. Excuse me. My throat is so congested today with this cold weather in the morning. It's been like 40 in the morning and then 85 in the afternoon, 90. It's like the weather can't decide if it wants to be winter or summer, and it's making me have a messed up throat or congestion. But anyway, I'm not going to rant on that anymore. Just stick to your policy. Don't take too much work. Stick to what you can handle, and the money will come in time. It definitely works. don't overbook yourself like I just did. Okay, so I was just telling you about the schedule, about overbooking myself, and I just turned my podcast back on where I'm talking with Jeff, and literally, it's exactly what we were talking about on the show, and just happened to me. So I want you all to listen to it. I'm going to play it for you, okay? I turn away probably the same amount of people I go to every week. And for the first 2 years, I was booking 30 to 35, 40 cars every week. I now have cut that back because I can make the same $5,000 a week in total revenue on 20 to 25 cars than I need to on 40 cars.
Yeah.
Because it's too crazy.
And that's such a huge thing that we're trying to teach in the Changing the Industry group, and the shop owners groups that we're on Facebook. We're trying to teach them that, like, listen, you need to hit that number with less cars. And it sounds simple. Everybody's like, well, yeah, no kidding, smart guy. But really, like, it really is. And how do you do it? By not saying yes to everything, and by focusing on what you already have. You probably already have the car in your bay that you can make the extra hour on. You just have to present it better, calculate it better, margin it properly, put the parts margin where it is. Like, that's what, going back to the people that you despise and all that kind of stuff. There's a guy that online that
all right, so we just were talking about that. It was 100% true. You're overbooking yourself with cheap jobs. Charge appropriately. If you charge the proper profit margins and the proper labor, and you're not, $60 an hour when you should be 120 or 130 or 110 or whatever per hour, you'll make the money. You will get the customers to pay your prices. You provide a unique service to the customer. Stop being cheap about it. Just charge the job. Anyway, the customer that I was supposed to go to check the brakes, they're not going to be home for over 30 minutes. So we're skipping that and going on to the next job, which is a Tahoe that has traction control lights that come on and off throughout the week. So we're going to go just quickly see if I can get a history code in it or not. All right, so that Tahoe I just looked at, brake light switch. 2 jobs in the same neighborhood. One is the one we looked at last week, which is, what is it? We got spark plugs to do. I believe he needed an oil change is on that ticket. I don't remember. And actually after that, another mobile guy here in town, he needs us to program a fuel pump control module on his wife's car. All right, so this is the bad plug, okay? Whatever, there's the mark. It's actually it's been arcing and cracked a little bit right there. These are the ones that are still relatively good. All right, all brand new NGKs. That's what was in it, so we'll put it back in it. All right, I don't know what year it is, but it's a Chevy Equinox. So we're gonna program this thing. All right, it looks like we might be ready to get this done. Let's see what we got. See if we get this thing to actually work. I swear I can't stand whatever the hell this word is. All right, connect vehicle. We are using our Maxi Flash VCMI, not the VCMI 2. Okay, let's see what we got here. There we go, 2012 Equinox. We're good. Okay, well, something's wrong here with the car. Let's try again with just reprogram. Because they already put the part in and they tried to run it. So I don't know if they did any damage or anything to it. But let's go, fuel pump control module. right, that's moving along. Let's see if it worked this time. Hey, there we go. We got a warranty claim number. Outstanding. I just had a guy text me on Facebook, and I'll even tell you exactly what he said, because this is just hilarious. This is what I mean about Facebook. Sometimes you just kind of have to deal with some stupid stuff. Codes are clear. Cool. All right, so check this out. So he texted me, right? I need brake pads installed on my 2016 Nissan Roads. I have the pads, but not the tools or the energy. Is this a service you offer? I'm in the dirt road area of the Highlands, but could meet you somewhere close by. Thanks for your time. I said, we don't do customer supplied parts jobs. That's all I had said, because I'm doing this. He goes, that's a shame. I would consider asking if you would supply the parts, but it doesn't seem like you're all that eager for my business, or you would have offered an alternative. I'm fucking busy, you douche. Sorry for cussing. I said, I'm in the middle of programming a module. So I answered you back out of courtesy so you didn't wait. We're not just sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. I am busy. If you'd like to discuss other options, you'd have to say it instead of assuming that I don't want the business. Either way, you're looking for a brake job. We would need to come and inspect your vehicle before we were to move forward at all on your vehicle. We need to confirm that you're looking to get done. We'll actually repair your vehicle and keep you safe. Now, he read this message, right? I'll even show it to you. I don't really care. That's exactly what I said. So now what's going to happen is he's going to get blocked on Facebook because I will not deal with people talking crap about me. Okay, we're done. We're going to cycle the key and we're going to fire the vehicle and see what we got going on. We're going to go grab our scanner head. We'll get rid of the laptop. Alrighty, so that program went decent. Yeah, that's all I got. That went good. So we're on our next one. It's an oil pressure sending unit. So this is on that vehicle that we worked on recently when I did the warranty on the compressor. So I found the oil pressure sending unit leaking, so we're gonna go replace that. And then I got 2 more after that. Well, I'm just getting my fucking ass kicked here all over the place. But if you guys saw the recent video of me posting that I did a warranty claim on this, which I haven't done the warranty claim on the labor yet. I did warranty on the compressor. I was wrong. I missed the leak. Let me show it to you. I thought this was leaking at the front seal because I had dye on it. Well, it's actually coming from, get my light, right there. Right here, I'm gonna show you in a second. If I can get this flashlight set up a little bit better. The metal of this piece here is pushing into the discharge line. Right there. The only good thing that came out of warranting that compressor is I found the oil leak, and now I have properly found the leak of the AC. Oh man, the joys of working on cars. But I screwed up, I missed it. Well, I didn't screw up, it just is what it is. They have a different leak. I gave them a new compressor, and that wasn't the problem. It needs a line set. So I need to go tell her the bad news about that now. Wonderful. Says the clutch is engaged. Yeah, so looks like we might just have a bad compressor here. So AC engaged. AC permission. It's allowed. We're commanding it 100% and it's still not changing our temp sensor or our high side pressures. Yeah. So at highway, which was going to be the next thing I was going to have you do, is go ahead and, if you could, hop in there and just bring the throttle up to about 1100, 1500 or so. Just going to see if this thing will start pumping some refrigerant. Bring it up and hold it there. A little more. Yeah, that compressor's fucking shut. You're good. All right, we're back. We're in the office, and potential spam is calling me. Stop. All right, so we're back in the office. Gonna go over some numbers. Not the greatest day. So I'm gonna take a moment to talk about that again, because I mentioned it earlier in the video how an overpacked day can affect your overall numbers very easily. So because it was an overpacked day, I had multiple issues when we were on the road today. Let me just look at the calendar. So I originally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jobs on the list. So the first one, it was a leak check. We got that. The second one of them was a warranty check on the leak because we had put dye in it before. And the other one, I'm still waiting to be paid, the guys at work. So that one will close. The other one, the next one, which is the 1, 2, 3, the fourth job of the day, was the Buick Rendezvous. I'm not doing that job. I told him I'm not doing it, and it is what it is. The other one, the next one, the fifth one, that guy decided he had an appointment in between our time frame. So that's another lost one right there. That's 2 losses. The brake light check one, unfortunately, that was not a paying job because I've already been paid for it. So it's not going to show on today's paperwork. It was on like last week, or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't remember exactly when. The reason for that is we did a throttle body, and we already did our diagnosis. Then I told them, when that traction light comes back on, please let me know, because there was like 15 codes in there because they had bought it from a used car dealer. I wasn't going to make her pay diagnosis again for me to go and just check what that code was to see if there was a history on it. And it turned out we found the only one that came back from our initial diagnosis was that brake light switch one. And I confirmed it today by looking at it with the brake light. So technically I'm paid for that. Then we had the program, which you saw. We had the Honda Fit, which you saw. The oil pressure sending unit you saw. One I don't think I showed you was the Honda Civic. That one had the draw issue. Oh, I did talk to you about that. Never mind. So you saw that. That one I'm waiting to be paid on also. And then this last one with the AC check, that one's paid. So I have 2 of them that are outstanding that need to be paid, which they will pay today. Those are very, very good customers. I'm not worried about them. So even though we did 10 today, I didn't make a lot of money. I'll show you the numbers here now, but definitely didn't make what I made yesterday on a lot less of a day. So that's what I'm getting at, is to show you that when you have a million jobs on the day, that doesn't mean you're making a lot of money. It's the quality of the job. So let's go look at our numbers. All right, so here's our numbers. So remember, I have 2 outstanding jobs to be paid for. So this number would be a 7, but as of right now, it's only a 5. 69% margin, 179 RO, and we're at 898. So that's about $900. So you can add at least a minimum of $230 to that as my total number for the day. So technically our profits and our cost will change, but they're pending on payment. So once those come through, that'll go to a 7. These RO numbers will slightly change. This will slightly change, but this will go up to about, what, $1,130? So it won't be that bad. All right, so it looks like we had 7 closed ROs for the day. We had an average RO of 209.57, profit margin of 63.9, total gross sales of $1,467.02. That is a great day. We're $267, or about $200 over our mark. We got to do about $1,250 a day. So here's our profit of $937 and a cost of $529. So $1,130 isn't bad for the day. I strive for $1,250 now that we're 4 days a week. So Still, I did more yesterday with less work, more driving today, more aggravation today, more quick checks today. So, yeah, I mean, either way, we made money. We did what we're supposed to do, but don't overbook yourself. Really pay attention to that. Get the quality of the job, not the quantity of the jobs. The quantity does not pay the bills. The quality does. So, anyway, that's it. We're done there. I don't know how this video is going to go out. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do an everyday ride along or if I'm going to try to combine like 2 days together. It's really just going to depend on how my week goes. Yeah, that's it. That's our day. So I'm going to go finish up some paperwork and go relax. It's 5:20 and I'm ready to be done for my day. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all. We are back in the office, all cleaned up, ready to go. Let's go check out our numbers and let's see how we did for today.